Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Wednesday, July 10th state that Maggie Kyriakis will make a recommendation for Alex Kyriakis and Teresa Donovan to consider. Maggie would want to see some family unity because she feels Victor Kyriakis would, too. As a result, Maggie appears to be on board with Bonnie Kyriakis' proposal for a double wedding. Xander Cook and Sarah Horton's wedding is already scheduled for a definite day in the near future, so including Teresa and Alex's ceremony will be a breeze. Of course, Alex and Teresa will need to agree on that idea first. The same applies for Sarah and Xander, but according to Days teasers, Maggie will eventually convince everyone. In the meanwhile, Xander will function as Justin Kyriakis' confidant. DOL fans are well aware that Alex has been incredibly nasty after discovering that he is allegedly Victor's biological son. Alex instantly began to ignore his former father, despite Justin's years in that capacity. Instead of calling him dad, Alex began referring to him as Justin and repeatedly playing the "you're not my real father" card. Justin has mainly put up a strong face, but Alex's actions have affected him more than he has admitted. Days teasers suggest Justin will dump some harsh emotions on Xander, revealing how terrible this entire experience has been. We should also discuss Teresa's prenup, as she agreed to sign one. It looks like Alex will deliver all of the appropriate documentation, but will he let Teresa to sign on the dotted line? Leo Stark will meet a new guy named Kerry and enjoy the shirtless scene. It appears that Leo and Kerry will heat things up in Leo's suite until something causes them to hit the brakes. Chad DiMera will have some explaining to do. An enraged Jack Devereaux will undoubtedly demand answers over Chad's desire to have Abigail DiMera's remains unearthed. According to Days teasers, Jack will return to Salem on Wednesday's DOL episode, giving him the opportunity to vent his frustrations about Chad's plans. Chad will presumably have no choice but to reveal the truth about Clyde Weston's Abby survival story and the Mystery Woman clip, which has raised even more suspicions. After updating Jack on the issue, Chad will suggest that digging up Abigail's casket is the only way to find out if her body is still inside. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, Jack and Chad will proceed with the exhumation, setting the stage for a shocking reveal, and our predictions point to Abigail's missing corpse. Days of Our Lives spoilers show that several behind-the-scenes cast leaks point to significant returns and new faces. Jeremy Michael disclosed on Instagram that he was filming an episode of Days and shared a photo with Elia Cantu, implying that they may appear in scenes together. The more interesting aspect of this story is the cast information that Michael disclosed, which includes a list of many more actors that work at the company. Some names instantly stand out on that list, such as Jean-Paul Lavoisier, who will presumably return as Philip Kyriakis. Kim Coles is also set to return as Whitley King, which makes sense given her love of body and soul. Abe Carver and Kate Roberts Brady want to save the beloved phony drama, which could pave the way for Whitley's return. It's fantastic to know that Casey Moss is currently filming as J.J. Devereaux. Although J.J. will appear again before the end of 2024, he is still on set as Days films episodes for February. That could indicate that J.J. will stay for an extended period of time, hoping to get embroiled in a juicy tale. If J.J. finds a new romance, there will be even more reason to celebrate his return. Aside from Jeremy Michael, the list includes a few new names. Ernesto Coble, Rachel Boyd, and Sherna Nielsen have also landed roles on Days, so it'll be intriguing to see who they play. Boyd could easily portray a recasting of Sophia Choi, or a family member in her place. Nielsen also appears to be an excellent choice for Sophia's mother, implying that the Choi family will grow. Our DOL forecasts indicate that more cast shakeups are on the way, so stay tuned for all the latest comings and goings news. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, Salem has lots of surprises in store for the upcoming months, so don't miss out. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Tuesday, July 9th, state that Gabby Hernandez DiMera will rush to her own defense now that she has demolished E.J. DiMera's life. Stephen DiMera will continue to press for an explanation because he believed he had persuaded Gabby to remain silent about Jude Brady's true parentage. Nonetheless, Gabby will defend E.J.'s public exposure, claiming that everyone deserves to know what kind of person he is. More importantly, Gabby couldn't stand by and do nothing while EJ was parenting Eric Brady's child, so she'll feel like she did her part. Although Stefan will understand this on some level, he will also warn Gabby that she has taken a massive gamble that will fail spectacularly. DOL fans heard EJ swear to exact retribution, and you can bet he'll make good on that threat as soon as possible. Meanwhile, EJ's lie will have much more serious consequences. According to Day's teasers, Holly Jonas will be perplexed by the paternity cover-up revelation, so EJ will keep her informed. Holly will undoubtedly become enraged when EJ admits to deceiving Eric, Nicole DiMera, and everyone else about Jude's true DNA findings. EJ needs to face greater criticism for his acts, so Holly should expose his harsh secrets. Eric will find it difficult to comprehend Nicole's disclosure at the airport in Tuesday's episode of Days. Nicole has just stopped Eric from boarding the plane and revealed that Jude is his kid, so she will now have to explain the press conference mayhem and how this information came to light. According to Day's teasers, Eric will experience an emotional roller coaster once he discovers what Nicole says is genuine. Eric will be overjoyed at his reunion with Jude and may allow himself to hope for a future with Nicole, especially given that she recently dumped EJ. However, Eric will be enraged by EJ's falsehoods and may burst into the DiMera estate after the celebration scenes have concluded. EJ should brace himself for Eric's fury sooner or later, as he well deserves it. Days of Our Lives spoilers claim EJ may take a very sinister turn now that he has lost Nicole and the family they were developing together, so stay tuned for more predictions on all the mayhem. Stephanie sat down at a table in Horton Town Square with Paulina. Paulina expressed gratitude to Stephanie for her assistance during the radiation incident, and she was relieved to be able to resume working on her city plans. Stephanie warned Paulina not to get ahead of herself, as an even worse PR disaster could await her. Paulina was perplexed, but Stephanie pointed out the optics of Paulina dismissing a woman of color as district attorney and replacing her with a rich white man with a known record of corruption. Paulina justified her behavior and reminded Stephanie that Melinda was also suspected of a crime. Furthermore, Paulina had offered Melinda another position. When Paulina revealed that she had offered Melinda a post as head of sanitation, Stephanie responded that it had exacerbated the negative optics. People had said that Paulina had treated Trask like trash. Stephanie and Paulina brainstormed ideas for improving Paulina's appearance. Stephanie advised that Paulina portray EJ as a principled DA who had set aside his own preconceptions to advocate for Gabby, the self-made hometown girl, to be released from prison after a false conviction. Paulina dismissed the idea of marketing EJ as principled, but Stephanie maintained Paulina could and should push the tale to the public. Stephanie also suggested a press conference to highlight EJ's accomplishments. Paulina rejected the idea. Paulina thought that holding a press conference might come out as disingenuous on her behalf. Stephanie retorted that EJ could hold the news conference because he was comfortable bragging about himself. Paulina agreed that they need to drag his pompous ass from the podium. She reluctantly consented to the proposal, but lamented the notion of leaving her fate in EJ's hands. Later, Chad approached Paulina, who had left a message for EJ. Chad stunned Paulina by his suggestion. He asked Paulina to help him exhume his wife's body. Meanwhile, Stephanie arrived to Marlena's house. She wanted to apologize to Marlena for how she had behaved with Bobby. Stephanie believed that Jada was the only one who could reach Bobby. Marlena claimed she'd called Jada, but Stephanie replied that she'd already sent Jada to meet Bobby. Bobby paced around his hospital room, mocking the nurses who had asked him to take his medication. He removed the end board off his bed and stuffed his tablets into the empty gap. Bobby was happy to get Everett out of the way for good. Jada arrived while Bobby was reading a book. He was overjoyed to see her and complimented the novel he was reading, which Jada had previously recommended to him. Bobby suspected Marlena or Everett's neurotic girlfriend had sent Jada, but Jada insisted on seeing Bobby. She still cared about Bobby, even though she understood his past actions was beyond his control. Bobby regarded Jada's remarks as a sign and hoped she would forgive him and allow them to go forward together. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.